Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Attack the Baseline, a WNBA podcast where every episode we attack our baseline knowledge of the WNBA. And today, from the city of Philadelphia, champions, Superbowl champions, John and Kristen are here to bring you a story from our weekend in Miami and our Super Bowl Sunday in Philadelphia. It was a wild one. This is just story time on the mic. Excited to get into all of it. But first, let's check in. How's she doing? Kristen, what's up, my champion?
I'm doing so good.
So good.
I feel like, John, you sound tired.
I'm probably my voice is probably a little beat.
Borderline sick, but we're fine. We're great.
I better than I could ever be.
Yes. Probably the best weekend of my life. With the combination of Unrivaled, which was so much fun.
So fun.
Like, I did not want to leave. And then coming back here and winning a Super Bowl.
The same day. Woke up in Miami, walking the streets abroad.
At night. Incredible.
Crazy day.
So much fun.
We'll get into all of that. If you are new to the podcast, welcome. We're going to talk about football a little bit, but normally we just talk about the WNBA and everything that's going on around our wonderful women's basketball league. But you could reach out to us if you'd like to do so at our email, attackthebaseline@gmail.com, or connect with us on Bluesky and Instagram, especially both of those accounts, because we've been posting a lot of pictures and videos from our time courtside in Miami this past weekend at Unrivaled. It was a blast, as we said. First things first, though, we should talk about the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Because Philadelphia won their second championship. Last time they won 2017-2018 season. And this was our first time being in Philadelphia for any championship. Living in Philadelphia. And it was just a special evening.
Yeah, we moved to Philly in 2020, so right after the Eagles' first win. And all John has said, and we live like pretty close to the art museum, which they do all the like celebrations at mainly.
Yeah.
So all John has been saying since we moved here is, I gotta see a parade.
I need a parade. Like we can, like Kristen just said, we can just walk outside and it'll be right there. Like, so our parade is scheduled for Friday and we will not be going to work because it would be impossible to get home from work. Honestly,
to get to work. Like, all the roads are already getting closed. Yeah.
They're putting up barricades. They're ready for a party. Because if it's any, and it will be like the last one, honestly, probably on a bigger scale. Because now everyone knows, oh, I didn't go to the first one. I really should go to the next one. Obviously.
I will just say, if you don't want to hear this, if you're not an Eagles fan.
Yeah, skip ahead.
Sorry, skip ahead. We'll connect this. We're celebrating today with Kalia Copper.
With Natasha Cloud.
Natasha Cloud, with Dawn Staley. Philadelphia legends.
Yes, all of our Philadelphia Eagles fans that are out there in the W ecosystem and around.
They said it. Philadelphia's Unrivaled.
They did.
They said that last
from the
night.
official Unrivaled Twitter account.
Okay, well, what do you have to say?
I'm trying to think. I guess without going too far, when you watch those videos, if you're seeing videos of Broad Street last night, everyone's just having a good time. I know, like, Philadelphia gets a crappy rap. They say, like, oh, they're going to destroy the city whether they win or not. Everyone's just having a good time.
This city, we were out last night till 1.
Yeah, probably 1.
There was trash, on the floor.
on the
ground.
On the floor.
This morning, we were out at 10.
Going to get some breakfast.
It's perfectly clean.
Perfectly clean.
Incredible praise to the garbage people.
Yes.
The trash collectors. Everyone working all night.
Overtime.
It's not one thing is destroyed as far as I've seen.
No. Maybe one cone in the trash. That's it. But, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles for destroying the Kansas City Chiefs, just as we all wrote it up. God bless America. Now, let's talk about Unrivaled.
Well, we can talk about the commercial, Super Bowl commercial.
Yes, actually, let's do that first.
Yeah,
that news wrap up. We actually have a couple news items to talk about. We'll do that before Unrivaled.
Honestly, I don't remember any of the commercials really, except for this one.
Yes.
It had Asia, Sabrina Ionescu, Caitlin Clark, Juju. Mm-hmm. It had Flaujae.
I can't recall.
Or did it not have Juju?
No, it definitely had Juju.
Juju.
Yeah.
I thought it had Flaujae too.
Yeah, their new slogan for this campaign is "You can't win, so win." I think that's pretty sweet. Well, because like the W players, they get so much crap all the time from like national media, like people saying, "Oh, why would you care about it? Why would you care about women's basketball?" I don't know. I assume that's what the message they're trying to say with these, with this message. But like, these players deserve to be celebrated just like any other professional athlete, which is why they're front and center in this Nike ad, and it's amazing. It was such a great ad. It was a beautiful ad.
Yeah, it was like a fire ad, and then it also had Sha'Carri Richardson, had Jordan Childs. I forget who else.
Well, Serena was at the Super Bowl,
yes,
crip walking during Kendrick's thing. That was pretty sweet.
That was sweet.
I mean, it was definitely a celebration of women athletes.
Philadelphia had the first Black woman coach ever in a Super Bowl.
Assistant coach. Yeah. That was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet. Jalen Hurts, all female representations management company. Yeah. Philadelphia.
Okay. I think we can wrap it up.
We can wrap that up. Other news before we talk about Unrivaled. I know I said that. Marina Mabrey, while we were on the way to a Sixers game last week, requested a trade.
I mean,
so that's fun.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I do get it. Like, she made some friends in Connecticut after, she got traded there at the trade deadline last year. And now she's looking around like that Will Smith gif. And she's like, is there anything left for me? Even though, like, Tosh is there. But, they're shopping Tosh, as they should be. If you're unaware, New York declined a trade offer, or they declined a trade offer from New York for 2 first-round picks for Tosh. So clearly they're valuing her higher than 2 first-round picks. I think Marina is a good player for good teams to target. But when we were looking around, the places that maybe made sense to us, and there's another news drop that just happened, Katie Lou Samuelson being bought out by the Fever. I was considering, maybe it makes sense for the Fever to try to trade first for Marina to add some more shooting to a roster that is full of shooting and size in a different blend compared to last year. But I also kind of feel like New York could take a shot on Marina if they decide to not further pursue Tosh and like try to give up a little extra outside of those 2 first-round picks. Obviously, Marina's a good player. Won the Sun a playoff game by herself, basically, this past season. And now she's been in Miami cooking and singing and doing anything other than playing basketball. But, it was that was an interesting request. And I hope that she finds somewhere. But
I would request a trade if I were her, too. I don't want to be there completely alone. Even like Emma Miesemann, who everyone was saying, oh, she at least, will probably go to the Sun. Right.
Well, I don't know. People were rushing into that just because Mezian is the head coach now.
Yeah, she knows the coach. But like Emma said this weekend, no, if I go anywhere, I want it to be in a city, basically.
In a city.
Like not in the middle of nowhere is what she said.
Yeah. I mean, if you're coming from Europe, you probably want to go somewhere cool.
Yeah.
Kristen was saying like, oh, maybe she goes to DC. I don't know if she wants to win a championship too, if she's going to come over.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That would be the goal.
I don't know if Washington's particularly equipped to.
I just want Washington to be better. I want more for them.
They've still been exceedingly quiet, doing very little to nothing this past free agency cycle. But yeah, that's kind of the news and notes around the league. I'm curious what the number that they bought out Katie Lou for, because this was just a contract buyout. From all the news that we've gotten from Alexa Filippo, apparently she's been in discussion with 4 other teams.
I don't really know how this works.
So how I understand it, how a contract buyout works in the NBA, usually this happens after the trade deadline. A player that has a exceedingly high salary, the front office can just pay them up front. Like, let's say you make $30 million, like, or you're Ben Simmons, you make $40 million.
That is crazy.
But we don't want to pay you. We want to get off the books now. Like, we want to pay you now. Mm-hmm. You just, here's your money we owe you.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Oh.
Here. And then you can go become a free agent and sign with any other team. So in Ben Simmons' case, the Nets bought him out, and he went next day to the Clippers because he's an LA boy.
Yeah.
But Katie Lou, presumably they were able to do the same thing.
So then you would know how much she got bought out if it's the whole rest of her contract.
Right. I just don't know because it's not during the season like it is in Brooklyn with Ben.
Oh.
This is before the season. Mm-hmm. Does her buyout count toward the cap this year, or do they free up the cap space by paying her outright? Because she was on a guaranteed contract, $186,000, which is a significant number for Indiana. If they can free up that space, then they can go sign another really good player. I mean, you look at, like, Alicia Clark just got paid $185,000. She's a very good, high-quality role player. Sid Colson got a similar number, I believe, with Indiana. I don't know. I mean, theoretically, they could be saving space if it works like that to get someone like Marina. But when I was thinking about Marina going to Indiana, I was thinking, oh well, they'll take Katie Lou's contract, Connecticut would, and they'll swap that contract with Marina's contract. But now they don't have Katie Lou on the books, so they can't do that. She's going to be a free agent. I wonder what the 4 teams are. Kristen's saying maybe she goes and plays with her sister in Washington.
In the Mystics.
Which would be pretty fun, at least from a sister and sister situation.
Right, it'd at least be fun vibes if you're not, winning a championship.
But 4 other teams makes me wonder. Like, I think Dallas could make sense. Valkyries could make sense. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. She'll be on the waivers for 5 days. So that'll be priority to the lower seeded teams if they want to pick up her rights. And after that, she'll become a free agent. This, of course, was all reported by Alexa Filippo via ESPN. But yeah, Katie Lou out of Indiana, and Marina asking for a trade, Emma Mieseman not coming over. There's some stuff happening, and it's funny because all these negotiations are happening while these players are in Miami.
Right. While they're all, like, talking to each other, hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And they don't care about, collusion or whatever. It's like you can do whatever you want. Which is great. So let's shift gears.
Okay, let's talk about
Let's talk about Miami.
Okay.
There's one thing that will forever change the way you sleep, and it's the softest 100% organic cotton sheets from Boll & Branch. You'll fall asleep faster, wrapped in the most luxurious comfort. You'll never sleep hot again with sheets that feel breathable to sleep in. You'll experience the purest softness on night 1 and feel your sheets get even softer with every wash. Discover the difference with 15% off your first set of sheets at bollandbranch.com with code CUMULUS. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
Okay. We went down Friday midday. We got there.
Yeah, a flight in the morning. We were there by like 2 in the afternoon.
We originally just had tickets for Saturday night. That's what I originally bought when they went on pre-sale.
Correct.
But we get there and we go to our hotel.
Uh-huh.
It's like an Airbnb.
Yeah, an Airbnb in like an apartment complex.
Yeah. We're just like walking around. We're like, well, what would we do tonight? I don't really know. We go on the elevator.
Uh-huh.
We're looking for the pool. We're like
confused trying to find the pool. We didn't find it until the next day. Yada,
Okay.
yada, yada.
Okay. The doors of the elevator open,
And we hear some dogs.
and we're like instantly transported into that State Farm commercial where that guy goes, Jewel Lloyd. And I'm like, Jewel Lloyd,
With 2 dogs.
standing right outside the elevator.
Uh-huh.
I was like, what?
Uh-huh.
And we're casual. We're not like saying that out loud.
No.
But both of us were like, we looked at each other. Oh yeah, she had like 2 little cute dogs. She was wearing an Aces shirt.
Aces shirt.
That was cool. And then we walk out and then we're like, we need to go to the games tonight.
Yeah, I think we need to go to the games tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just said screw it. Bought secondhand tickets, and we had a blast. So we'll just say up front, we ended up accidentally, completely unplanned, staying in one of the buildings that hosted many players.
Many, if not all the players.
If not all of them. We couldn't tell. So we had the opportunity to see 11. We counted 11 players.
Yeah, just in the building.
In and around our building. Should we list them or should go
I
through
guess.
them? Let's see if we can remember. Jewel.
At the elevator.
We saw Shakira Austin walking her dog.
Oh yeah, she also was walking her dog.
Tiny dog.
We saw
Rakia
Jackson with
from
her
her
dog.
balcony when we were at the pool
With her dog.
with her dog.
They all have like very cute small dogs.
Ray Burrell.
Uh-huh.
We saw Sloot and Allie Quigley at the pool.
And Marina
And Marina at the pool. I feel like I saw Lexi Hull, but I don't know for sure. I couldn't confirm.
John saw Aaliyah Boston.
I saw Leah Boston walking past an elevator.
I did not see her.
I got in an elevator with Dejanay when I was going to pick something up from the room
That's insane.
while we were on the way to the pool. That's 9.
Oh, we saw
Steph Dolson with her dog.
Steph Dolson with her dog in the lobby. Mm-hmm. Oh, we talked to Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Oh, yes, and we got into an elevator. We were the only 2 people in the elevator. And we were taking like the back service elevator because that was the hack.
Yeah, that's what
We were
you
like,
gotta do.
oh, it's low key. We get into the elevator going down, and it stops 2 floors down, and there's a woman pushing her stroller and her younger son next to her, and it's Skylar. And we go down a couple floors, and I'm like, great game last night. This is the next day, and she said, word, thanks so much. And then there was a little bit of a silence, and then her little son held the elevator door for us.
That was so nice.
As
Said
we
thank
left.
you.
It was just so cool. It was so cool.
It was so cool. And like, of course we wanted to go up to them and say like, oh my gosh, hi. Like, you know, we love you playing at Unrivaled. It's been so much fun. But we like don't want to bother these people.
No.
So like talking to Skylar in the elevator alone,
Yeah.
I think's acceptable.
Yeah.
But like if anyone else was in there, we wouldn't have.
No. And yeah, if it was just because it was just the 2 of us, it was
Yeah.
easy to like say
Like
something.
if Marina, we were like across the pool from Marina. If she had sat like next to us, I would have said, "Hey Marina, like love your cooking videos."
Yeah, can't wait to see you
Something.
back on the court.
Yeah.
Every time we would like think about talking to a player, Kristen would be like, okay, practice.
Yeah, what are you
like,
gonna
what
say?
are you talking about? Practice. I was really hoping that I would get a chance to see Tosh or Ka to say
Yeah.
like, how you feeling about the Birds?
Yeah.
Because of course, we won the Super Bowl, and they're the biggest fans, but I didn't have a chance.
Yeah. So it was just so fun being like, who can we see?
Right. Oh, who's it gonna be? Yeah.
Because you just turn a corner and one of them's randomly there. It
Uh-huh.
was crazy.
So cool.
Yeah, that was so cool. And then the actual event of Unrivaled was also incredibly fun.
Exceptional.
Like they made it as fun as they possibly could.
Yes. They did a 90-minute fan fest before the game. A bunch of booths, a bunch of like photo ops. They had a couple basketball hoops that you could shoot on. If you made a shot in 3 attempts, then they gave you a shirt. Mm-hmm. I got up there, knocked down my first shot.
I'll post it.
Got a free t-shirt. I was like, no way. This is awesome. This is my first, like, I'm there for 2 minutes. And I got a free t-shirt. I swapped out what shirt I was wearing, threw it on. That was awesome. They got, food and drink and a huge merch booth, like a ton of different stuff. Like every team had like 3 or 4 different t-shirt designs, a lot of just like general Unrivaled merch. There was a white hat and a black hat version for each team.
Except the laces.
Except the laces, of course.
No white hats.
Yeah, which Kristen was a little bummed about.
Every other team had black and white.
And like lanyards and stickers and all sorts of great stuff.
They had a ton of photo ops with a bunch of different backgrounds, like a really cool chair made out of basketballs. They had like crowns.
Yes, the little crowns hanging off of a wall that you could take a picture of.
Yeah. It was really fun.
Yeah, a really cool painted mural from somebody a local artist. It's just really good stuff. Really good, like, oh, okay, we want our fans to get here, have a good time, and then get excited about the game.
Yeah, and because there were only, there's only like 800 seats in the whole place.
Right.
It wasn't like you could do anything you wanted. You could go up to all these things and like take all your pictures you wanted. And there wasn't crazy lines because it wasn't so crowded.
Correct.
Which was honestly really nice.
And you're able to get like a $10 Uber home.
Yes.
Amazing.
So cool. So then inside the place, it did feel small, but it still felt, it was so energetic.
Oh my God, it was still loud. It was still loud.
It was loud.
Yeah.
The lights were great. It was very professional.
Yes.
Despite being tiny.
Like a warehouse that they flipped into.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me think.
Fully, we need to see more content of the hype man. Because he deserves a raise.
Yeah, there was a hype man that just kept saying, like, getting us to clap and, like, cheer and say, go Mist or let's go Owls. Mm-hmm. He was, like, very high energy. They had, like, so many video screens. You had every angle. And they had all sorts of fun promo videos. And, like, they showed all the fits that they wore entering the game, like a full runway. It was very cool. And then, of course, the on-court product, which we've been talking about, has been, very fun. To be 2 rows behind the basket.
We were like literally the front row.
Yeah.
Not like on the court, but right behind.
Right. Yeah, we were the first row behind the court side.
Yeah.
Behind the far basket.
Which, like, if you're going, I wouldn't recommend sitting in section 11 because that was where we were both nights and it was like behind the basket. So partly was blocked by the basket, but still it was phenomenal seats.
Right. Yeah. You could like reach out and touch the players. It was
literally.
That close.
Or they would walk right in front of us.
Yes. Like other players from other teams would just walk past, coaches, like everyone was just there together. It was like there was no difference, which was very cool because these are, big time professionals and, to be that close to them is really, really special. So the games.
Yeah.
First night, Owls Phantom. It was a good game. It was a bit of a blowout at the end. But Owls win this one 94-76. And it's great, too, because, like, you can hear what the players are saying to each other. Like, one of the highlights from this game is, like, Fee is asking... Or, like, Fee is, like, getting ready to push inbound the ball. And the Phantom make a sub for Tosh. And, like, Katie Lou is, like, mid-court. And she's screaming... We're making a sub! We're making a sub! Chill! Chill out!
Yeah, like screaming at Nafisa.
So good. And like, oh my God. And because we're right behind the basket, some of these tough plays, when like players are going down and hitting the floor, you can hear the thuds.
Oh God.
If like someone's laying a hard pick, you can hear it, the elbow or their shoulder, like bang, right into the player. Oh my God. Or the blocks.
Yeah.
Like, everything was so loud, but like not over the top.
Yeah, and I think a really good part of this game was the Phantom, especially, and Brittany Griner, like shut Fee down a lot in this game.
Yes, they definitely held Fee back a little. I mean, I wouldn't say shut her down.
No,
she's still at 20.
She's still at 20 points, but she didn't have 38 like she had the next day.
Correct.
So, I mean, that led to the game being pretty close until the end.
Right. I mean, it was cool for me to see Alicia Gray just locked in 5 for 8 from 3, like making it look easy. Seeing Courtney Williams be so automatic. I like just go up and the jumper is so pure. And I'm like, I'm seeing this in person instead of just on TV. It rules. It is absolutely awesome. I do want to say, seeing Brittany Griner cook in the paint was special. Friends of the pod, Laura and Elizabeth, said, does anybody look like extra tall because you're seeing them in person? And like Kristen and I have had the opportunity to be courtside at a Sixers game. And the couple times that we saw that, I was like, oh man, now I can see, like, some of these players are way taller than it seems. The only player in Unrivaled that I was like, wow, they're taller, bigger than I thought. Shakira Austin. She is like such an imposing frame. Like, seems so much bigger. Even Brittany Griner, I was like prepared mentally.
Well, yeah, she's tall.
Right. Because you can see it easier on the screen.
Honestly, I thought like Skylar was bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
Because even though she's smaller,
right,
comparatively, she's still like obviously way taller than me.
Right. No, I agree. So, and another cool factor about this game, every single player of the 10 that played, all double figures.
Oh, nice.
So it was a good amount of scoring spread.
94 points. We were like so close to that 100.
Yes, I like this was the highest mark in a game. This is the first time that there was a 90-point score. And I posted about this on Bluesky, and I said, my dream of a 100-point score is still alive. But that means you got to get to 89 in 3 quarters.
Yeah.
So you have to be going crazy.
Yeah.
From deep to like even make that happen. You got to hit every one of your free throws. You got to hit probably 70% of your shots. I mean, yeah, the Owl shot 56% in this game, and the Phantom shot 59.2% in this game. It was
a really good game.
It was fun. A lot of scoring, which is what you want to see. And then we moved on to game 2, which was the Mist versus the Rose Basketball Club. A fun one for the Rose, who find themselves in 3rd overall in the standings after this one. 71-63 win. Definitely a closer game. Definitely, a lot more back and forth, even in the late portion of the game. But this was cool. I mean, you got to see Angel Reese up close. Angel versus Stewie was a big part of this game.
Oh yeah.
I think there was Angel laid a huge pick on Stewie, put her on the ground.
Like, you could tell Angel's like getting under Stewie's skin.
Big time. Big time.
Well, in general, Stewie hasn't been playing well in this 3-on-3 format. She had 12 points in this game and 4 blocks. So this was like a pretty good game for her.
Yeah. But like, I think there's a lot of like assumption that Stewie is just going to be the best player in the league. And she might not exactly be living up to that expectation right now. But she still has the ability to, score when she wants to. And unfortunately for the Mist, they drop another one here, which has been tough for them. And they're going to drop another one when we talk about the next day. But like Aaliyah Edwards continues to impress. Very efficient. That she had some very quality minutes. And Rakia was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, more so in the game from the following evening. But yeah, I mean, I was rooting for the Rose in this game, admittedly.
This was funny because the hype man kept coming over to our section, and he said, when I say go, you say mist.
Go
mist. And then he did that like 3 times. And it kept being the Mist. And the girls next to us were like, hey, when are you going to say go Rose?
It was so good.
And he was like, I did. We're like, no, you didn't.
He was like, don't put me on blast. Don't put me on blast. And we were like, we're going to, because you have to root for both teams if you're a hype man.
It was very much like we're rooting for the Mist.
Yeah.
Maybe because they were losing, but still.
Probably. But, yeah, Rose get it done. Chelsea Gray, she had a pass over her head, behind her back. Ultimately did not score on the assist attempt. But I said, we got to get a Chelsea Gray sick pass. I need a video of a sick pass. And unfortunately, we didn't quite get it. But we almost had her making a crazy like loop-de-loop shot after they blew the foul whistle. But yeah, congratulations to the Rose, who see themselves moving up in the standings.
Okay.
Day 2.
So Saturday, we're hanging out with Sloot and Marina at the pool.
Having a good time.
And then we get the news that the Laces vinyl game was canceled.
Bummer.
That really, I was very sad about that.
Yeah.
The Laces are my team. They're the only 2 teams we hadn't seen the night before.
Yep.
So I was so excited, we're going 2 nights now. Now we can see every player.
Right.
And, get, be able to see how everyone's doing. And then we didn't get to see this game.
Right.
Well, it was interesting because earlier in the day, the Laces signed a hardship contract
Kiki Jefferson.
with Kiki Jefferson, who's a player not in the W,
No.
but, played in college.
A younger player. Good player, apparently.
Also from around here.
Yes. Lancaster. Yeah.
Which is just, what's weird to me about the situation. Because the notification was, due to player health and safety, we're canceling this game. Oh, we also saw Jordan Canada.
Yes, I was going to say, we also saw Jordan Canada.
We also saw Jordan Canada in the elevator. She did not want to be spoken to.
No.
Which is perfectly fine.
Correct.
So we were trying to figure out, what really is happening. And you would assume at first, it's because almost all the Laces are hurt.
Right.
Alyssa Thomas is still hurt. Tip got a concussion last game. Jackie's been hurt.
Yeah.
Kate somehow, something might be wrong with Kate. So
Kayla,
something's wrong with Kayla. So obviously that plays into it.
Correct.
But they still have Natisha Heidemann. They signed this hardship contract with Kiki Jefferson, who may or may not be there. I'm not sure.
Right.
Maybe they signed it and she wasn't there yet, which is partly why they canceled this game.
Steph Dolson, healthy.
So they had some players available, potentially.
Right.
So we go into the night, not really sure what's going to be happening.
Right.
Fast forward. This was very, very sweet of Unrivaled.
Yes.
They played the one game, and then they did an autograph session.
Yeah, 45-minute autograph session.
45 minutes.
Also, 2 free drink or food items. They gave us vouchers.
Yeah, each.
That was very nice.
2 vouchers. That was nice. So they set up tables all around the outside where the fan fest was, and the players came out and signed stuff. So we got to talk to them and got their signatures. It was so cool.
Yeah.
But all the Laces were there.
Right. All the it was all the Laces, all the Owls, and Stewie.
But none of the vinyl players were there.
No vinyl players, and no missed players. Mostly because, outside of Stewie, mostly because I think they were feeling the loss to the Lunar Owls because it was a big comeback.
It was tough. So part of me thinks that maybe something was also wrong with the vinyl players on the vinyl.
Correct.
Maybe they were sick. A couple of them got sick last minute.
Right.
And couldn't come. So because none of them were at the signing and the Laces were. So that was kind of weird.
Right.
But that was very nice.
Oh yeah,
that was very nice.
Very nice. And we're going to talk about the one-on-one tournament, which is happening tomorrow, actually is happening tonight, 7 p.m. on True TV. We got news yesterday that a number of players had to drop out of the first round, most of which are those Laces players.
Right.
Your Kayla, Kate, Tip,
Yeah, I don't know.
But Jackie's playing.
That's weird.
So, and all the vinyl players are playing.
Right. So maybe it was just because they're so hurt. But then why weren't any of the vinyls there? I don't know.
Right. I mean, it's tough because you can only do so many people to sign.
Yeah.
You couldn't put them all out there.
Well, they could have got the vinyl out there instead of the Owls. Like, it could have just been the two teams that didn't play.
I'm glad the Owls were there.
Oh, of course.
Because I bought a white Owls hat before the game started, and I was able to get all their autographs on one hat.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now on our shelf.
It's
a
cool.
beauty.
It
is a beauty.
Nice.
And like we said, 45 minutes to do 4 tables. We were only able to get 3 out of the 4 tables.
Yeah. So the first table we went to was Natisha, Steph Dolson, and Kayla McBride.
Yes.
And the security guy that was at that table was like annoying. So we didn't get Natisha because someone was like talking to her. But we got to talk to Kayla and Steph.
Yeah.
And they signed my shirt and they signed John's hat.
Kayla, yeah, they signed, we let them sign my orange WNBA hat, which I brought with the intention of getting signed if I had an opportunity to talk to a player. I was thinking I was going to get 1 autograph this whole weekend, and I end up with 8. Mm-hmm. Crazy. But Kayla was like, didn't I see you in the elevator wearing that hat? And it's funny because I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure you didn't, but it's funny that you say that considering we've seen like 5 players in the elevator, and one of which was not you.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm pretty sure we would know if we saw you in the elevator because we've been looking.
Correct.
But okay, we were like, oh yeah, probably. You probably did see us.
Could have been. It could have been me. Even though I don't think I was ever wearing the hat. I just brought it for the sole reason to be signed.
Yeah.
Because I was wearing an Eagles hat all weekend.
Right. But they were so nice. Like that.
So nice.
Like so nice, all of them.
God. And then we go to the second table. It's Skylar and Alicia and Kate. And I'm like... And it was supposed to be 1 item signed per person. But I'm like, I can't have Kate sign my Owls hat.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I say to Alicia and to Skylar, like, Owls get it done. And they were like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then as I'm talking to them, I like slide to Kate. I'm like, can you sign my orange hat, Kate, please? And she's like, yeah, sure. She signs. I'm like, thank you so much, Kate.
Yeah.
She's like, have a great night.
Yeah. No, Kate was probably the nicest. I talked to Kate the most.
Yeah, Kate was taking pictures even though it was like, no pictures.
Yeah.
I was like, sorry.
Yeah.
And then the last table was...
Like, people were saying she had the flu, but, like, I don't think she did. She seemed perfectly fine. I don't think that she would have been out there if she had the flu.
Do not believe it.
Yeah.
And then the last table was Fee and Court and Shakira. Cool. So cool. We and then they, like, cut us. Like, 3 people behind us. That was, like, end of the line. So we almost missed that table. I would have been so bummed.
Yeah, that would have been sad.
But, yeah, we got in there quick. Yeah. Got their autographs. Tried to take a picture. Couldn't squeeze it.
So yeah, John got all his Owls. The last table that we missed was Stewie,
Jackie
Young, and Alyssa Thomas.
Which is a tough one. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get AT's autograph, and then I didn't.
I know. That was sad. Like, my laces, who I didn't see, are the ones that we didn't get to talk to, but that's fine. It was just like such a cool environment. We were talking to so many other people that came. Everyone was hype. It was so sweet and so much fun.
Right.
All the like attendants were so nice. Like, literally, I would quit my job, move there, and just like work at Unrivaled. It was so, I did not want to leave.
No. And the weather was really nice. Coming from chilly Philly.
Nice. Right, being 80 degrees and sunny.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful.
Real quick, before we talk about the 1v1 tournament, I do want to talk about this game because it was maybe the game of the year, in my opinion. Mm. I mean, it had questionable aspects of it. But midway through this game, Owls win 85-81. One of the guys that's taking video for socials or for YouTube, I don't know, hands me a microphone, and he's like, who's your favorite Unrivaled team? And I say right into the camera, I'm like, I'm a day one Owls fan. They're the best team in the league. They're going to take this whole thing, and they're not going to lose a game. And then the girl that was sitting in front of me turns around and she says, when the things are getting out of hand and it's looking like the Owls might drop their first one to the Mist, she's like, you might have jinxed that by saying that. And of course she was a Nafisa Collier fan, so she was an Owls fan, and I was like, I swear to God, I cannot have this on my conscience. And of course the Owls did right by me and got the win, but it was just a crazy, crazy game. Owls enter this fourth quarter needing to score 21 points compared to the Mist's 11. So it was a tough shooting second half for both teams. But Stewie, this is a game that Stewie was on. Stewie was getting to the line. Stewie was getting a lot of calls. She shot 7 of 19, and she missed some pretty easy shots for Stewie.
Like really easy layups.
Yeah, or like short, close jumpers. But, we were all saying that referee number 11 was trying to make it work. 37 fouls called in this game. Tied
Too many.
the most of that other game that we talked about a couple weeks back.
Like any time I tried to take a video, immediately a whistle was called. Like, okay, delete that video.
Right.
That,
We're
like
not
5
doing
times in a row. Like, ugh, I can't get anything from this.
But it came down to it, and Nafisa Collier proved again why she's the best player in this league.
Like, of course. You
MVP.
can't. MVP.
Like, it's not even close. She dropped 38 points. She had 15 boards. She leads the league in rebounds. She had 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Not really, basically nobody else on the team was...
She fouled out.
She fouled out, which was great. There was a lot of foul trouble. Alicia Gray also fouled out.
And Rakia.
And Rakia fouled out. It was a wild one.
Yeah.
But Nafisa had what it took to get it done. There was a beautiful drive by Skylar, and she hook pass over her head to a wide open Nafisa Collier, who knocks down the 3. Like, just beautiful basketball on display. And then you, of course, have all the ref garbage. There were technicals called and ticky-tack garbage.
Stop. Can we stop? There should not be techs called on coaches, on players that are, not talking to the refs.
Right.
If a player's, in your face, fine. These players are not talking to the refs, and
No.
they get techs.
Yeah.
These refs
SDS
really
likes
have
to
to
talk
chill.
to the ref.
But she's not in their face. I don't think SDS has it technical.
No, I don't think so.
They're just handing them out for what?
Who knows? But cool to see Shakira Austin hits the game winner on a great play. Even though, was it the play before that SDS hits the game winner and it's called back for an offensive foul? Crazy. They dropped the lights and everything.
Yeah.
They hit the smoke machine. And it's like offensive foul. The referee hits the move, and it's like, no way. But at that point, the Mist needed 4, and the Owls still needed 1 point to close it out. Yeah, it was great. Rakia, flowers to Rakia, even though she fouled out, she was bombing away from behind the arc. She was 3 for 3 from 3. The Sparks should be loving that.
Oh,
because if she's
incredible.
bringing that to the W this year, the Sparks are going to take that leap. Because she's an all-around player. We've always said that. But it was really cool to see her, continuing to develop that skill.
Yeah, and something that I really hope, and has been said is a purpose of this league, is to develop the younger players. And so I really hope, despite Stewie probably not getting the wins that she wants to get, I hope that she is taking this time to coach and teach Rakia and Aaliyah Edwards and building them up so that they can become great players.
Yeah.
And a couple times in the lineup, it was Stewie and the 2 of them. And there was one play where Stewie was yelling at Rakia to move or, do something, move to a different player to guard or whatever. And Rakia didn't hear her or didn't do it. And so then she pulled Rakia to the side afterwards and then was like telling her, you know, this is what we have to do and, you know, whatever. So that's what I'm hoping for. I hope that, you know, the vibes are still good behind the scenes despite the Mist not winning. And I know Stewie like looks upset a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But I can't figure that these players are so upset that they're losing. Like, this is just for fun. It's for
They're
the
still
vibes.
getting paid either way.
They're getting paid great no matter what. So I'm really happy for Rakia, and I hope that this translates into an all-star season for her.
Ooh, okay. That's a big one. That would be huge for a second-year player. And yeah, last thing I'll say, like, I thought if the Mist were going to win this game, I thought it was going to be because of Aaliyah Edwards. Like, I said it about the game before. She's been awesome. She's been so good to watch. It's cool. It's cool that this is an opportunity for rookies to just develop stateside and not have to go play overseas where they're like by themselves, alone, and like, you know, wondering what's up. But gotta say, it was a blast. It's so fun. It was so great. I'm so glad that we got down there. I will go again. Like I said, in a couple years when, you know, prayer hands that the league continues and that it doesn't get like concerns because of injury, because that's been the biggest problem. But like to see other players in the future, Flauj and Paige and Juju, who are all basically already signed to do Unrivaled in the future. It's just so cool to see this caliber of player so close, so easily, and to have that basically face to face with them is, you know, amazing. The NBA could never do this. Never do this.
No.
But thank you.
Maybe moving forward, like maybe they are going to try to move somewhere that's bigger, somewhere that's more security. I don't know. But for now, I love it.
Yeah.
It was an incredible experience.
So let's close it out. We got one more topic to talk about. Tonight is the beginning of the 1v1 tournament for Unrivaled. Games will be taking place tonight at 7 to 9 on True TV. And then tomorrow on TNT. All games on Max. And then the final, I believe, is on the 14th. So it'll be all done in this week. This is basically our preview for this week because there's no team games. But Kristen has the games for tonight. We're going to see 8 matchups.
Yep. So a lot of these are different because many players had to drop out.
Yes, we lost, I think, 8 players.
Yeah.
From the pool of 32.
So I will say the matchups, and John can tell us who he's got.
Yeah, there are some fun ones.
Game 1 is Nafisa Collier versus Katie Lou Samuelson.
I will take the MVP in this one pretty easily. Katie Lou's got stuff dealing. She's trying to figure out now that she's got bought out of her contract. I'm sure she's negotiating is number one on her mind. Maybe not 1v1, but we'll see.
Game 2 is Chelsea Gray versus Shakira Austin.
That's a fun one. I mean, Chelsea doesn't have somebody to pass to, which is her, biggest skill. Shakira's bigger. I'll take Chelsea just from shooting alone.
Okay. Game 3 is Kalia Copper versus Aaliyah Boston.
Also a fun one. I'm going to go with my Birds fan. Give me Ka.
Okay. Game 4 is Ryan Howard versus Lexi Hall.
Shooting. Give me Ryan Howard, a little extra size. I think Ryan Howard is going to be really good in the 1v1 format. I think she has a shot of taking the whole thing.
Okay. Game 5 is Skylar versus De'Erica Hamby.
Skylar's a dog. Hamby's been good. I'm going to take De'Erica. It's De'Erica.
I won't comment.
Okay.
Game 6, Alicia Gray versus Jordan Canada.
Give me Alicia. Come on, Leash.
Game 7 is Jackie Young versus Rakia Jackson.
Oh, that might be my favorite matchup of the night.
Especially, like, considering Jackie.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's healthy or she wouldn't have done this.
I mean, Jackie, like, almost single-handedly won that game against the Owls the other night, but I think I'm going to go Rakia. I'm going to reluctantly go Rakia here, but I could see that one easily going either way.
Mm-hmm. And then game 8, Brianna Stewart versus Aaliyah Edwards.
Oh.
Her protege.
Give me Stewie on that one.
Okay.
So that's tonight. Those 8 are tonight. Mm-hmm. And then tomorrow we have 8 more matchups.
Well, tomorrow we have...
12 more matchups.
Yeah, and then Friday, 5.
Got it. Which will just be the end of the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know the matchups for tomorrow yet because they haven't released them, but it's the other ones. Mm-hmm. You can see the bracket on Unrivaled site if you want to go out and check. Kristen and I printed out a bracket, and we're going to do it this afternoon to see who we think is going to win the whole thing between the two of us. But, I mean, if you had to put money down on it, do you feel good about any one player?
Winning?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have picked Kayla, but now she's not in it.
Yeah, Kayla was somebody that we were really excited to see. I mean, Fee, like,
I know,
Fee's the easy one to pick.
I don't want to just say Fee.
He's probably like minus 200, like easy money.
Uh-huh.
But I would bet that somebody's going to surprise us.
Yeah.
And it's somebody that we're not thinking of. Mm-hmm. Maybe Tosh. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
Tosh. You gotta be Court. Small.
Oh, yeah.
But mighty.
Oh, for sure.
Being able to hit a jumper.
Yes.
And every basket, it's 2s and 3s to 11. She could just knock down, 6 shots and it's game.
Right. Being able to shoot from anywhere on the floor alone is what's going to help you win this.
Well, that was it. That was all we had to say about our weekend between our Super Bowl victory and our trip to Miami. Had a blast. Strongly encourage you, if you're thinking about going, go. It's very worth it. And during the season, go to some WNBA games because it's cool to see these players in person. It's a way different experience to be in person in the stadiums, cheering the players on, and to be surrounded by fans like-minded that all care about these players and are all excited to be there, than just watching it at home on your TV. So, thank you, Unrivaled, for all of that. If you want to send us an email, you can do so, attackthebaseline@gmail.com. We're also on Bluesky, Instagram, posting pictures from the weekend, posting videos from the weekend. Had a blast. Kristen, anything else before we sign off for this week?
No. Yeah, I'm going to try to post on Facebook. I'm going through my pictures. Facebook. Instagram. My toxic trait.
Cringe.
No. I've said it. It was awesome. Right. I would go back.
Yeah. I'm going to go rest my voice.
Yeah, I'm going to take a nap probably.
Yeah. But before that, I'm going to look at the baseline. And what are we going to do?
Attack it.
Attack the baseline. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next week with more WNBA goodness. But until then, ta-ta for now.